have done it.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Evermore YouTube channel. What a performance that was. Happy days. Newcastle United are back with a bang from the international break. We've just beat Manchester City 2-1 at St James's Park. I'm buzzing. You're buzzing. Everyone's buzzing. Sorry if anyone was in the comments saying, where are you, Chris? I was just on Sky Sports. Actually, if anyone was watching that, I was on there with a Man City fan, Emily, bless her. She was not happy, but I didn't stick the boot in too much because she's not a Liverpool fan. I would have done if I was a Liverpool fan. But I'm here to talk about the game, talk about the performances. A really good performance, exactly what we needed to hopefully kickstart this season. We'll get stuck right into that in a minute. Before we do, remember to smash subscribe, help get us to the next milestone. We're within 70 or something of 12,000 subs. I've got a mint prize to give away at the 12,000 mark, and you could be yours, you could be in it to win it, but get us there first, guys. We need to be there, and there's all sorts down below. It's all free content. If you want to be a member, you can be a member. If you want some cheeky merch, you can get some cheeky merch. Anything you want to do, it's all down below. Click the button and do what you want to do. But let's get talking about Newcastle United. As you can see, I've got a new camera because my camera broke. So you get a little bit more of me in this shot, which you can see I'm wearing a very nice piece of Newcastle United kit there, really, in from days gone by. So happy days. And you can see a little bit more of me. And there you go. Maybe you don't want to see any more of me. Maybe I'll slouch and you can just see the normal bit. But the new camera is working very, very well. So let's get stuck into the game tonight. This was the lineup tonight. Now, we were all wondering what was going to go on. Was he going to go 5 at the back? I said it. All the journalists were saying it. Everybody was saying it. All the content creators were saying it, even though we didn't want it. He did not go 5 at the back. He went 4-3-3. And it was the return of the full backs to the future. It was Lewis Hall and Tino Livramento, right back and left back. And my word, I was buzzing to see those two in the starting lineup. That's no disrespect, no shade to Kieran Trippier or Dan Burn. But these two are fucking class. And they showed you that tonight. And then in the back, it was Malik Chow and it was Fabian Schär. So Sam Botman didn't play, which didn't surprise me because he was rotten against West Ham. He was rotten against Brentford. And I think Fabian Schär showed exactly what he can do tonight when he comes in. We'll get into that in a minute. What's this here? Drifter. No, Drifter, this is not my merch. This is the club's merch, mate. I wish it was my merch. But no, I'm just wearing this because this is what I've got in my many Newcastle garment cupboard. So that was the way we lined up tonight. The rest of the team picked itself, the power three in midfield, and there was Murphy. It was Barnes continuing because Gordon missed out, and there was big Nick Votamada through the middle. And right from the off, we just looked different. We looked better. The intensity was there. The press was there. Everything was back. I'm back. I don't know what's happened there. Something went mad when I turned it off. I'm back. So yeah, the press was there, the energy was there, the intensity was there. We were at them, we were in their face, we were everything that we needed to be and wanted to be, and it was class. Am I back now, guys? Can you all see me? Let me know in the comments if I'm back now, because I can see myself back. If you can see me back there, am I back? Let me know if I'm back, everybody, in the comments, please. Am I back? I seem to be back. Just hit me back. Am I back? Just tell me in the comments if I'm there. You go. Thank you, Mark. Bloody hell. Thanks, George. Right, I am back. So yeah, the intensity in the press was there. We didn't look scared of Man City. We were right in their face. We were at them. We were going for it. We had a brilliant chance, more or less, from the start with Harvey Barnes. It felt like Harvey Barnes almost caught him cold, and he takes the shot. And he kind of scuffs it across the grass. You think, fucking hell, Barnes, what are you doing? You know, that's a killer chance in a game like this. We may live to regret this. And then City had chances as well. Haaland goes through. He has a chance. Great save by Nick Pope. And it's back and forth between the two of us. You know, another brilliant chance comes across. Nick Votamada gets a header in. And it's an unbelievable save, a filthy save by Donnarumma. It was absolutely class. That's what you get when you buy a world-class goalkeeper. It was a brilliant save to push it away. We get another chance with Nick Votamada. It's a beautiful little ball slipping through from Harvey Barnes. Once again, I thought Harvey Barnes was excellent in the first half. Despite the chances he missed, I thought he was brilliant. He was electric. You know, how good he looked with Lewis Hall overlapping behind him. You know, it was night and day compared to Dan Burn lumbering up the sideline. God bless him. Lewis Hall was magnificent as well in the first half, and it just seemed to get more out of Harvey Barnes as a player. But another one, Votamada's one-on-one, it's a good save by big Donnarumma again. Phil Foden misses a sitter at the other side as well. And you're thinking, Jesus Christ, how on earth There's no team scored in this half. They must be wearing their slippers, but it was end to end. It was back to back, end to end. Exciting football from both teams, really. We were challenging. Joe Linton was strong in the midfield, looking much back to what he used to be. Bruno and Tonali, Tonali was everywhere in the first half as well. Tino Livramento was absolutely class. I thought he was up and down, defensively blocking, throwing himself in front of things. Look, Malik Chow handled Haaland incredibly well in that first half, and then even more so when we got into the second half. But we get the first goal. I can't remember when the hell the first goal was now. Me mind's a complete blank. Let me get into my old sofa score and I'll see when the first goal was. When did the first goal come? The first goal came on the 63rd minute, and it's a beautiful bit of play. It's a nice little bit of interlink play between Bruno Guimaraes and Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes goes round the corner after flicking the ball, and it comes to him. And out of all the easy chances that he had, he missed a sitter just across the box with a flash, and he should have buried it. And this is the hardest chance of all of them. And it comes to him, and it's a beautiful finish right in the bottom corner. It's an unbelievable goal by Harvey Barnes. And you're thinking, fucking come on, And Harvey Barnes deserved that because he worked his nuts off. He was a constant threat against Manchester City tonight. I thought they would have been having kittens about Harvey Barnes with his movement tonight. He was excellent. He just looked up for it, massively up for it. I said on Twitter, that version of Harvey Barnes walks into the Newcastle team over Anthony Gordon, in my opinion. Absolutely walks in. I've got no idea why anyone would argue about that point. But we get the goal. We're 1-0 up, and you're thinking, come on, here we go. And then almost like 5 minutes later, there's a complete defensive fuck-up in the back line. Lewis Hall tries to clear it, kind of falls to the player. Him and Joe Linton both throw themselves at it. I think it's Ruben Diaz that manages to scuff it into the back of the net, and they're 1-1, and you're thinking, for fuck's sake, what is going on here? Come on, Newcastle. But this was the best thing about today. In the past, Newcastle would have caved and crumbled, and they wouldn't have went and pushed on for that second goal. But this time they did. They pushed on for the second goal. And it's a beautiful cross over the box. And Voldemort heads it down to the back stick. Bruno Guimaraes heads it off the crossbar. And it's an unbelievable bit of innovative finishing by Harvey Barnes. He kind of traps it on his back heel, and then he flicks it into the back of the net on the end of his heel. It's a beautiful finish. Stadium goes nuts. Harvey Barnes' knee sliding, everyone's going mad. And then there's the dreaded VAR. 4 minutes it took these lot to almost try and rule this goal out, looking at every possible angle. And Bruno's arguing with the ref. The ref's holding his earpiece. The crowd's starting to boo because everyone's getting pissed off about what's going on. The crowd were magnificent as well tonight, by the way. Absolutely incredible tonight. The noise right from the start, right throughout. The stadium was electric tonight. It was absolutely brilliant. I just said that on Sky Sports as well. When the stadium's like that, it gives the players extra percentage. It really, really does. But you take 4 minutes to fuck around with this decision. Man City are trying their best to get it overruled. And then, thankfully, referee doesn't overrule it. And Newcastle are 2-1 up. And then they bank in. And then they sit in kind of round about the 77th minute mark. And they just look more disciplined and look stronger. Lewis Hall had to go off with cramp at the end. So Botman comes in. We dropped then to 5 at the back. But Tino Livramento was magnificent. To be out for as long as he's been out as well. And he played so well. And Malik Chow and Fabian Schär at the heart of that defence as well. And Botman was good when he come on as well. But we managed to hang in and win the game 2-1, despite City huffing and puffing. Elanga come on, didn't really do a great deal, but just was pacey up there, but we stuck in. There was discipline on the side, and we just looked like we were more confident that we could get a result in this game. But I've got to say, for me, before I get into your comments, so many to choose from for man of the match. I thought Tino Livramento, being out for as long as he was magnificent, both defensively and getting forward as well, probably more defensively. Lewis Hall, at some points, Lewis Hall turned into the fucking Lionel Messi skinning players on the left-hand side. His link-up Hall with Barnes was magnificent. Harvey Barnes as well, a brace, should have had a hat-trick probably as well. Brilliant today by Harvey Barnes. Tonali was excellent as well. Bruno was good today. Malik Chow is my man of the match just because of the way that he nullified Erling Haaland. There was one in particular where Haaland makes that run, and it's that run where he just goes past people with pace, with power. And Malik Chow just watches him. The positional sense is incredible. Any young defenders watching that, watch Malik Chow defend against Erling Haaland in that moment. He watches Haaland's movement, which is incredible. Mark had texted me through the game and said Haaland's movement is incredible. He's watching Haaland's movement, and then he just goes with the foot. It's like his opposite foot, and he goes bang, traps it. Haaland goes down like a sack of shit. He takes the ball off him, and he goes. And that is absolutely class, world-class defending, who's just dealt with the most dangerous centre-forward on the planet, like it was fuck all. Absolutely brilliant for Malachau, my man of the match. But a brilliant performance from Newcastle. I'll get into why it should not let us get too carried away in a minute, but let's get to some of your comments. You've been in for a long time, guys, so I do appreciate the love. Got a comment there from Emma Bracelet and Keychains 1989. Hi, I'm all new to the channel, just come over from the TTR channel. Well, thank you very much, Emma. You're more than welcome. I think I have seen you on the fan forum on TTR. Massive congrats, by the way, to the TTR team for winning their silver award at the fan podcast or fan media awards. Sorry, I can't remember the exact name, but it was down in Leeds. Lady Sam Stato went and collected it. Absolutely mint. They're a great channel and a great bunch of people as well, and they massively deserve it. So big respect to TTR for that. Derek's saying, well, hit me with a wet sponge. Where did that performance come from? Yeah, Lewis Hall and Team Livramento, mate. That's where it came from, in my opinion. Titanium says, where's that tit who called me delusional? And other comments when I predicted a 2-1 winner. Wanker. Now, we don't call people wankers here. There's plenty of other people doing that. Trickster saying fullbacks made a huge difference. Praise where it's due. 100% Trickster. I've just give it to them, mate. I think they're absolutely brilliant. They're England's future for me. I think if the two of them are fit, they're on the plane hands down. I think Tuchel will pick both of them. Vincent saying hard to pick a man of the match. You'd think awareness for the goals, but I thought Chow, Cher, Hall, Tino, and Bruno had great games, but he'd pick Chow as well. The guy's just a complete defender. You know, it wasn't too long ago we were chasing Mark Gahey for 70 million quid, and we've just signed a kid for half the price, who to me is every inch as good, if not better, than Mark Gahey. What a player he is, by the way, and he's only going to get better. Graham said, functional fullbacks make such a difference. And where the lads? I thought the two of them were excellent today. Marcus is in the chat. See you, Marcus. Eddie finally beat Pep in the EPL. Congrats, Eddie. Massive congrats to Eddie. Long overdue. Ian Bradley is saying, what a result. We could have had 5 on a good day. We could have done, absolutely could have done. I mean, Nick Voltemade has 2 brilliant chances there. You could be critical and say maybe he's got to pick a corner, but I mean, the header's a great save by Donnarumma. And when he's 1-on-1, he probably should put it in the bottom corner, but you know he's getting the chances, and you've got to love him for that, for getting the chances. To be fair, another comment from Stephen Chow, man of the match. What a player, technically gifted, strong, stuck to his task, and bless him. Cher at 34, still better. He has any right to be at this point in his career. I thought he was mint. Cher was mint, composed, calm, cool as fuck, and just class, absolutely class. Sophie's in the house. Good to see you, Sophie. Fucking get in. That is the Newcastle I want to see. Me too, Sophie. Me too. Intensity was back, wasn't it? And the pace, the energy out wide from Livramento and Horde, that overlap, the threat of that overlap is scary for any teams. George said, Alan Smith is what you get. When cousins get too intimate. Yeah, he wasn't great, was he? He wasn't great at all. He has got a bit of a droll old voice, hasn't he? Ian saying, poor Jamie Redknapp wet in his pants having to say something positive about us. Well, could it be worse? Could it be Liverpool would beat you? Would have definitely not have said something positive about them. Alison is saying, man of the match has to be Chow. Totally agree, Alison. Stephen saying, I did enjoy Bruno not allowing turtleneck Pep the final word stuck it up me. That was quite cool, because, you know, Pep's always, you know, on the sideline, isn't he, on the pitch, and he's hugging and cuddling players and all that kind of stuff. And Bruno was just like, fuck off at the end of it. I love that about Bruno. There's no way he's signing Bruno, give him a rise after that, by the way, but I thought Bruno was class, didn't back down at all. George is feeling generous. He's gifted 10 Evermore memberships. You generous devil. And the Croc has also gifted 5 Evermore memberships. Thank you so much, guys. Very generous. You lucky membership winners, you. Jack says, what a win. Hopefully this is the start of us getting our fucking act together. Do you know this, Jack? You took the words right out of my mouth. There's no point in doing that if you can't show up against Everton in the next game away. And that's going to be a tough game. And they need to turn up in that game. They really, really do. But that should give them confidence. Marseille on Tuesday, then Everton. That's 2 big away games. That should give them confidence. No doubt about that. Julie is saying, what a difference Hall and Livramento make. Absolutely, were mint. Attacker number 2, we needed this. Season starts now, 100%. George is also saying he's immense, Lewis Hall. He is immense. He's absolutely class. Gareth Southgate, Liverpool. Here we go. I hope so, mate. I hope so. Maybe do just as bad of a job, if not a worse job, than old Conehead shot. That was brilliant, by the way. I did watch a bit of Forest and Liverpool, and to watch Alexander Isak be the shittest player on the park with the lowest amount of touches was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I hate that prick. Antagonizing Jody, that's the best performance I've seen. The triangles in midfield passing, pure class. Should have had 5. You know, a big shout out for Joe Linton, I think, tonight. I've gone in hard on Joe Linton this season. I'd said he's been rubbish. He lost the ball, all that kind of stuff. But I thought Joe Linton was excellent tonight. I thought he was strong when he needed to be. He was physical when he needed to be. He was good on the ball when he needed to be. He was calmer. He didn't rush his passes. He trusted the ball. And I thought he looked so much better tonight, Joe Linton. That was a Joe Linton performance of the ages. He was pulled out for praise on Sky by Jay Boothroyd when I was just on there. And rightly so, because Joe Linton was excellent tonight. And I said that. There's games where Joe Linton just grows in stature. And that was one of those games tonight where they couldn't handle Joe Linton. They're not strong enough to deal with a Joe Linton. And when he's like that, and he really was at it tonight, and fair play to him for that. Titanium's so happy for Barnes. He's a great attitude. I love Harvey Barnes. I don't understand the shit that he gets. I mean, I said this last season. He was the best, probably the best finisher at the club alongside Alexander Isak. I know he's missed some chances tonight, but he gets in positions, and when he gets there, he does shit like that. I mean, there's no player on that park, Nick Voltemada aside, probably, who could have pulled off those two finishes. And even Nick is probably going to struggle with them finishes, because when he has time to think, Nick sometimes he maybe doesn't do it properly. He's quite an instinctive striker by the looks of it. But Harvey Barnes, they're two clinical finishers tonight, man. If Haaland scored them 2 goals, they wouldn't stop talking about it for months on end. Absolutely brilliant from Harvey Barnes. And if that's what he needs to just kick on and be the player that we need, the Barnes that we need, and with Lewis Hall behind him, if that gives him that extra edge to not worry about having to track back because Lewis Hall's there, he's not worried about what's behind him, he can just concentrate on what's ahead of him, we'll see the best of Harvey Barnes. And we're 14th in the table now. That table mark's got up there. 3 more points and we're in the top 10. But this, you're right, guys, the season has to restart now. We have to carry this on into Everton. Forget Marseille on Tuesday. Everton is where we need to really kick this on. And then you've got Spurs and you've got Burnley as well. I think Burnley's at home, actually. Look at Mark's grid there. I think Burnley's at home. I think we've got Burnley at home, I think. I don't know if Spurs at home or Spurs away. Mark may have to look at his fixtures there, I think. Leverkusen is definitely away. I remember that one, as is the Mackhams. Maybe I'm wrong. But anyway, fuck it. We still need the results. Attack number 2 is saying, first goal is everything that we haven't seen all season. Winning the second ball, intricate play, players ahead of the ball. Absolutely, mate. I agree with all that. Jack says, a brilliant result, but it will mean nothing if we continue being consistent. Absolutely, 100% agree with that. West Ham Mag saying, Chris, Sky have shown City arguing with our lads and Pep arguing with Mad Dog, boo-hoo, moaning City. See, that's my problem with City, right? Is I like City in many ways because they're new money. They're still not seen as the status quo, whether the Liverpool, the Manchester United, the Arsenals, all that kind of stuff. They're still not seen as those people. But they do throw that toys out the pram when they don't win. They really, really do. And it's very, very unbecoming of a team. Paul Carlson saying, great result, Chris. Kept Haaland quiet again. I think the 2 defenders, Malachar in particular, was excellent. And we've done that before. Lascelles has done it against Haaland. Bottom has done it against Haaland. But yeah, absolutely brilliant. Julie says, Barnes over Gordon any day of the week right now. 100%. Gordon's nowhere near getting back in this side, in my opinion. Barnes is playing like that. Croc, yeah, Chow was tremendous. George is saying Hall was put an absolute show in the first half. What skill in the byline? Oh, man, it was absolutely incredible. I love that. Ian says Hall was his man of the match. Absolutely. Lewis Hall, appreciation post from Ian. No excuses for Everton away, says Rich. Absolutely. I totally agree with that. Pope's kamikaze sprint the first half, scared Haaland for the rest of the game, says Ian. He really, really did. John is a new member. Thank you, John, for clicking that button, mate. Really appreciate that. Roger is in the house. What a flipping result. Weird atmosphere in the first half, but the goals, absolutely. I mean, you can't blame it in a way, I suppose, Roger. People maybe just wonder what the hell is going on. But they definitely got behind the team when they needed to do. Brain saying, generally need depth and fullback. Can't play them both every game. I agree with that, Brain. Trippier's probably got another season left in him, maybe. I don't know, but we do need to look for some contingency plans. Chris has been a member for 3 months. That's what happens when you play a proper fullbacks. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Marcus has also gotten on the act of gifting 10 Evermore memberships. Thank you so much, Marcus. You generous soul. Burn the Heretic. Walter Marder has massively influential in the second goal as well. He did that little touch as well in the build-up play. I did see that. Vincent saying our press was top level. Some of the intricate pass quicks were great. Murphy played in some crosses too. We grew in the game, got a well-deserved win. What a weekend. And the Mackhams lost as well. What a weekend indeed. Happy hour, says Marcus. Absolutely. Leo says, Chris, congrats on the win, pal. Thank you very much, Leo. Appreciate that, buddy. Roger says, the offside wait. Fucking hell. I know. What the hell was that about, Roger? You must have fell asleep in the stand. Todd has also become a new member. Thank you, Todd. Cheers for clicking that button, mate. Really appreciate that. Marcus saying he's had a mare with the fixtures. Sorry. We're just playing away every single week. We'll win no games, Mark. No games if you keep doing that. Unbelievable. We've got a super chat in from Edward. Is it Contreras? Thank you very much for Edward. $5. Great day. Thanks for the show. Well, thank you very much, mate. Appreciate that. Graham has been a member for 23 months. Thank you very much for support, Graham. I'm such a happy man in the need. I bet you are, Bonnie lad. I bet you are. And Stephen said, oh, well, I did see that one. I did see the one about the old turtleneck, didn't we? Right. Let's have a look. I think I've caught up with all your comments there in the chat, guys. Maybe Mark might bang another couple up possibly in the favorites. Have I done them all, Mark? Have I done them all? Am I there? Have I sorted them? I think I may have gone through every single one that's here thus far. Oh, no, hang on. There's another one there. Smug bastard me said a 2-1 win, says Phil. Well done, Phil. Hope you put a bet on that, mate. Bet responsibly if you're betting. Jamie is evening from Baku. Chris, what did you think Pep was saying to Bruno at the end? And why was Joe Linton kicking off the full time? I think, because I heard it on Sky before I come on, I think Pep was trying to say Bruno was offside, and Bruno was saying he wasn't offside, and that's where I think he told the fuck off in the end. But I think Pep thought Joe Linton probably should have been booked before he got booked because he was fouling too much. But Pep doesn't like it when people kick his players. That's not the kind of game that Pep likes, does he? But boo-hoo, boo-hoo. As Ian says, no respect, no problem. Fuck you, Pep. At least Mourinho was gracious. Well, I mean, Mourinho does like us, to be fair. And probably wants the managers one day. I don't think he ever will anymore, but he still would like to. Ian says the best thing was no one had a bad game. I do agree with that. I don't think any single player could be singled out for having a bad game there. Miles is saying this year, to save Pep from tears, I gave it to Jason Tyndall. Oh, brilliant. That's getting a chef's kiss as well. Well done, my friend. Absolutely class. Guy Reevy saying Chow was his man of the match. Absolutely, Guy. 100%. I agree with that. Marcus says he would have been happy with an ugly result, but that was a wonderful watch. It really was a wonderful watch. And look at this. We've had a nice super chat in from the legends that is the Toon Review, the silver winners, the Toon Review. Thank you for the kind words, buddy. A Toon win, an award, and we hit 44K. What a week. Well, you massively deserve it, Paul. You've got an unbelievable channel, a great community. A lot of your community have come over to us. Thanks for your kind of recommendations there as well. And we love them as much as you love them, as much as they love you. And congrats on that award, mate. You massively deserve it. It just shows hard work pays off with things like this. Don't give up too early. Don't listen to the fucking haters. Fuck them. Stick to doing what you love, and you can succeed just like you guys have done, mate. And massive respect, and get well soon to the main man, Billy, as well. I hope he's out of hospital soon, mate, and I'll be tuning in to check you guys out for the Marseille game as well if he's back for you. So thanks for that, Paul. Appreciate that, mate. Luke Skywalker, could Harvey Barnes be a number 10? I've always thought that about Barnes. Just give him a bit of a free roll just to cause fucking chaos in and around the pitch, because look what he does when he comes inside and finishes like that. He's unbelievable. Maybe he could play Gordon on the left and play Barnes in kind of a free role with maybe Bruno and Tonali in double pivot. You could possibly try that. But I think Harvey Barnes is such a devastating finisher and a player of just pure end product that you have to try and get him in the side, especially when he's in that vein of form. I know he's fell into this, impact sub type thing, but not for me. Start the lad and let him grow into the game, and then he can influence the game like he did today. Tony saying Lewis Hall, Tino back. We were like a different team. Totally agree with that, mate. Much more desire. One touch pass reminded me of KK's entertainers. The difference in energy from those two being back was just there for every single person to see, whether you're a Newcastle fan or not. I said that to the guys tonight as well on Sky, and they agreed with me. Having the two fullbacks in the team just give us a shot of energy, not just defensively but offensively as well. And I think it actually unlocked Barnes even more, having Lewis Hall next to him, and that's why he was able to grab a brace and do the kind of thing that Barnes likes to do. And that's why Harvey Barnes is so good as just a finisher and an end product player. When he doesn't have to worry about other stuff, he just has to do what he does in the opposition third, and that's what we need him to do. And with Lewis Hall there doing what he was doing, and fair play, Lewis Hall cramped it towards the end, but some of the touches, some of the little drops of shoulder, little dummies, little moves, little overlaps from Lewis Hall. What a player, man. If that kid's not on the plane in the World Cup, if he's fit, I would be fucking astounded. He's the best left back in the country, in my opinion. Certainly the best English left back. And he's just brilliant to see it. And Tino being back as well is amazing. We need both of them to stay for a sustained period of time. Dan says, late the show, what a difference Hall and Tino. Absolutely, Dan. I've just been waxing lyrically about the young boys because they are class, mate. Absolutely class. Leo said, Mark's cats keep them busy. That's who fucked up the fixtures, Leo. He had them all set. And then that fucking cat came and smacked the keyboards and ruined it all and put us all away from home. That's what it is, mate. Bloody cat. Bane of my life, that cat. It's not even my cat. Another comment there from Tim Gill is saying, Barnes is so clever. He has to start ahead of Gordon. He does. I mean, Gordon's a pace merchant. Gordon's quick. Gordon runs a lot. But does he offer you the same end product as Barnes does? I don't think he does. Harvey Barnes, I think, has got as many Premier League goals and assists as Marcus Rashford has got. Marcus Rashford's playing for fucking Barcelona. You know what I mean? So scoring against us in the Champions League. So Harvey Barnes is right up there, in my opinion, right up there. So yeah, I think a lot of people write him off way too quickly, in my opinion. Coming from Kath Tyler saying, lots of cheers for Newcastle goals in my local pub in Red. Get in, Kath. Hope you are one of them. And I hope you cheered as loud as you could as well. Ian says, someone give Micah a few weight loss jabs over 2 in the roids. I wouldn't want to tell him, Ian, he's a big lad. I was actually down in Harrogate for work the other day, and I thought if I bump into this big unit, fuck me. You know what I mean? He's a big old boy, isn't he? Old Mika Richards. Seems like a nice guy, to be fair, but I wouldn't want to get in a dust up with him, mate. He's a big old unit, I tell you that. Fuck me. Yeah, Chris Chow, what a snip. Unbelievable. Julie said, Arsenal fans were behind us today. That's got to be a first. It must be the ball. They're still moaning about that thing going out of play, aren't they? My God. I'm not sure what they're supporting, in all fairness. But yeah, I mean, just a brilliant performance from the lads. We wanted that, didn't we? We wanted that. We wanted the performance. We wanted the intensity. We wanted the effort. And I think we got all that tonight. We got all that tonight, I think, from the lads. And, we dug in when we needed to dig in. We were disciplined when we needed to be disciplined. We looked after the ball. We just looked a lot better tonight than we have done all season. And I do think the 2 fullbacks make a massive difference in that equation, no doubt about it. It just gave more balance in the team for me, absolutely more balance. Comment there from Todd saying Barnes is clearly superior to Gordon. Gordon loses the ball all the time and he's not as hungry as Barnes. I think that Gordon has almost started to believe his own hype a little bit too much. That's my worry with Gordon. I think there's a good lad in there and a really good player in there, but I don't think he's anywhere near as good as he thinks that he is. I think when Isak left, he thought he was going to be the main man. I think he's maybe just that's gone to his head a little bit, whereas Barnes just seems to be, give me the ball, I'm hungry, I want it, I want a goal, I want an assist. And, and when he's like that, Barnes, like I say, he walks in the team. And Papa just says, agreed, respect to Murphy for dropping left back at the end. I know, I did wonder, I thought I was losing my mind. I thought, this is Jacob Murphy at left back. But I tell you what, he put a good shift in as well, didn't he? Brilliant. West Ham Magazine, Chris, Barnes has shown he's technically better ability-wise. He absolutely is. I think he's a better footballer. Gordon's quicker and sometimes can and be more of a threat because of that pace. But Barnes is definitely a better footballer. There is no doubt about that at all. We've got a comment there from Daniel saying, Henri, Carragher, Kate Scott, all rip Michael all quite regular in the American Champions League. They do, to be fair. They got a nice little bit of banter going on there, aren't they? They're not quite to review, but they've got a nice bit of banter going on there, to be fair. So fair play. And Julie likes Mike. He's a good pundit. He does seem like a good lad as well, Julie, as well. He'd stop for a photo, wouldn't he, with you and have a smile with you. I think he seems like a good kid, to be fair. Croxy and Alanga came on, and yeah, less said about that, the better. We don't want to be negative, do we, Croc? But I still don't really know what Alanga actually brings to the table. Very, very unsure. Leo said he'd like to see Lewis Hall for England in the World Cup. Absolutely. Not for Man United, though, Leo. I was just about to jump on you there, mate. I'm glad you didn't say that. But, yeah, he ain't coming there. Roger saying, the way Chow turned us into the Lees' grip in his fist, shouts that he understands us. How good. I love that. Absolutely love that when he did that. I mean, he's just a class defender, really. I mean, he's got to be one of the signings of the season so far, Malik Chow. To do that to Haaland as well tonight. I mean, Haaland will know he's been in the game tonight against that kid. Unbelievable. I still can't believe Milan let him go. They were trying to sell him for cheaper than they sold him to us, to Como not too long ago. So God knows what was going on there. Just like my camera before, God knows what was going on. The new camera, I must have knocked something there before, but thankfully I'm okay here now. So let's be Wi-Fi just decided to have a leppy. Maybe Pep Guardiola's pulled me cables out because he's pissed off. He's still moaning that Bruno was offside. Judy said, didn't want to see Willett come on. I don't want to see Willett come on either, ever. I think he's crap really, at the moment, is Willock. I'm amazed we haven't sold the bugger yet because nobody wants to buy him, probably. Yes, Graham, we won and the Mackems lost. What a weekend. Absolutely, my friend. We'll enjoy. Let's hope it's the beginning of the resurgence for us and the decline for the Mackems. That would be lovely. That would be absolutely lovely, wouldn't it? The Derby's just around the corner. If they're on the way down, all our team fucks off to AFCON, and we're on the way up. Oh, we would love that. We'd absolutely love that. What's going on here? No, Gracie, you need to zoom out. All I can see is your biscuit heat. I've just pulled it out. Yeah, ma'am. So there you go, Nora. How about that? Sorry, that was a quick one, wasn't it? That's my street tongue. My street tongue coming out there. I'm not zooming out of anything, mate. Zoom in on this, pal. How about that? Stick that up your pipe and smoke it. Daniel Robert Kane is saying Willock was fine tonight, though. Prob saving Ramsey for Marseille. No need to risk a co-player pulling a muscle. That's true. Yeah, I think Ramsey will get game time in the Champions League. Yeah, I think they're trying slowly bedding him into the team. Yeah, I hope you like that one, Julie. Yes, I don't know who that tip was, but no need for that. Maybe he's a Man City fan, and maybe he's just a moody, grumpy bastard because he can see my face is more handsome than his. Who knows? Maybe. That's exactly why he's grumpy. Chris is saying Malik is the best centre half in the Prem. Absolutely. No doubt about it. Silver tongue. Thank you very much, Marcus. Appreciate that, Bonnie lad. Appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, Marseille is going to be a tough game, though, because they're a good side. You know, he who probably shouldn't be named, Mr. Greenwood, is having a great season. He's a very good player, quick, good goal scorer, can create as well. So he's a player we absolutely have to be mindful of, be careful about. No doubt about that. But I think, certainly with Malik Chow showing what he's done against Haaland today, I'm sure he could do that against Greenwood as well on Tuesday. I'm not overly that bothered about the Champions League, if I'm honest with you. Sounds a bit daft. Yes, get a good result in the Champions League. I'm more interested in Everton next weekend is what I'm interested in, because that's the big one for me. Newcastle need to win again in the Premier League, get back into at least the top half in the reckoning for the top 7, top 6, top 5. That's where we need to be, because there's no point in doing well in the Champions League if we can't get back to the Champions League come the end of the season. So, yes, Marseille is important. We'll be on to do our preview for that. That'll come out probably Monday, and then we'll be back for the post-match analysis. Me and Mark will probably jump on together for that one on Tuesday after the Marseille game, and hopefully we have got a good result. But yeah, Everton to me is a lot more important. And I hope Newcastle take confidence from that performance today and really get stuck into Everton when they come back Premier League action next weekend. But that's it for me tonight, guys. Just a quick one. Thank you so much to everybody who's tuned in, jumped in the chat. Really appreciate all the love. Really appreciate all the comments. Help get us to the next milestone as well. Smash that button. We are close to the 12,000 subscriber mark. I think we're about, oh God, we're only 50 away. Come on, get us there. 50 away. We can get there very, very soon. So smash that button. We'll get there for Christmas. What a great gift that would be for me and Mark for Christmas time. But thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great evening. Newcastle have won. The Mackems have lost. Isak's still shit. What a great day. Have a belter, and we'll see you on the next one. See you later.
Celebrate. They have done it.